So now that I completed my envelope, I'm going to create my insert. And an insert is basically a postcard or anything that goes inside the envelope. So for the insert, you can be more conventional and create a postcard that's rectangular, or you can have a lot of fun with it and create an unusual shape. It can represent a specific object. It can be a little book. It can be a series of actual objects that you cut out. They can be connected by thread. They can pretty much be anything. So in my case here, I decided to create an insert that represents an egg, and it will directly relate to my envelope. And it's very important for you to consider the relationship between the insert and the envelope, and whether it's visual or conceptual. How does it relate to the image? What story does it tell? How do you want your audience to pull this insert out and observe it? So I made a drawing of an egg and I cut it out, and then I found this illustration in Science magazine. So what I'm going to do is just place it on top and outline it. You want your lines always to be very light so they're not noticeable, and also so that they're easy to erase later on. When creating an insert, you can also consider the other side. Is it also going to be an image? Is there going to be text on your image? Is it going to have a story, a poem, or is it just going to be a painted surface? So give thought to all those things. When using text in your artwork, it's important that you're careful with the words that you're using. Sometimes using certain words where you're spelling out your image can be a cliche, like you're overstating the obvious. So it's better for you to perhaps use text in terms of texture, or cutting out individual letters rather than spelling out a certain message unless it's crucial to your story that you're trying to tell. So here I cut out the shape of an egg, and then I would probably cut out another shape on thicker paper to use it as a base, and then I could find another shape that would go on this side, or another image, and if I used just a white shape on the other side, I would probably paint over it and have some kind of a background so it wouldn't be left white and unfinished. So here are my examples of an male artwork, my envelope about my memory of childhood of reading books and watching birds, and the insert that goes along with it. And you could take this also further if, for example, you decided to take some ink and start adding more detail into your collage. So you can see that I have a little bit of red in here in the images of books. So I can start, for example, adding smaller details in the background out of red. And these can be more abstract shapes, or they can be images of books. They can serve as pattern or texture. I could actually go into the illustrations that I cut out and start adding some ink there, just for very subtle effect. If you're going to add something to your envelope, it might be a good idea to do this a similar technique on the insert so that they're tied visually. So this technique doesn't look out of place. So, and you can just keep going and play around with your image. So I hope you enjoy creating your mail artwork.